what comes to your mind where anytime anybody says something about men's skincare, not pertaining to products, but what is the first thought that comes to you every single time that you hear the term or you see the whole, campaign about men's skincare?
I think it's become such a fad, when people like the campaigns have been such axe lagao to ladki aa jati hai idhar se, beard oil lagao to you are in the bed with somebody. These are the kind of campaigns, unfortunately, some of the brands are running. So that's the kind of first image that comes to my mind. Put a face wash on your face and you'll become more rugged and macho. So that's the image that Indian brands have created, while we are completely like, I hate it. I personally don't like it, and I appall such people who even make it about sexist behavior, which is unfortunate. But this is what sells in the country, and we are going against that stream. So it's an upward stream for us. But okay, we have our guns to stick to.
Hey, welcome to another session of Voicing with Karishma Shah. Today we have Mr. Rahul with us. He is the co-founder of Environmanly. It's wellness and beauty brand for men. Very, very innovative. And we're going to get to know his journey today. We're going to get to know a little bit of the brand, and we're also going to get to know a lot of things about something that a lot of men don't talk about. They don't talk about the way that they're supposed to take care of their skin. They're supposed to take care of the way that they have a routine, right? So many men don't even think about it, but today Rahul is here to help us with all these deeds. So let's just get into it. Rahul, welcome. I'm very happy to have you here. Thank you for being a part of this.
Thank you so much, Karishma. It's a pleasure indeed to be here and be a part of your season 3 this time.
Yes. Okay, great. So Rahul, just to warm things up, please tell us why did you choose this name for the brand, and what's your journey behind starting the brand?
A brief deep dive into what I was doing before this. For the past good part of the decade, I was into live events, sports, and entertainment, mostly live form of it. So that included my journey of about 7 to 8 years at Sunburn, where I was heading the marketing for the brand. And, then I was working with one of the founders of Percept, Shailendra. So that was the next 3 years when we formed Boss Events and Boss Entertainment, Guest is for Good. That was a social enterprise. So we did a lot of events again, got Amsterdam dance event down to India for global sessions. We also did Hardwell, world's biggest guest list at DY Patil Stadium, which was one of the biggest events that India had ever seen in terms of the number of, the people that had come to attend it. So that was the journey. Then, I decided to move back from Bombay. I was in Bombay for good 9 years. Then finally in 2019, I decided to move back to Gurgaon, which was my hometown. So here I took up a job with DDV Mudra as a vice president with them, and I was heading their live events and sports and intellectual property division. Then, lockdown happened, 2020 just swept everything away. So our business came to a complete halt, and there was from being in different cities every morning to executing different events of different sizes. And there was utter silence, right? We were just locked into our homes, and 2020 saw that. So then I was like, okay, now this has given me some peace to think about things, what I can do in the future, right? Am I going to keep continuing doing the same thing that I've been doing so far? Or is it something else that my journey is going to lead me to now, right? So I blanked myself out. I literally watched Netflix, binged, put on 20 kilos of weight. And then finally my brain said, okay, now you're ready to think. So that took me 2 months. Literally, I was a couch potato for 2 months. Then I said, okay, I have to do something now. Then finally I started thinking about it. I took a pen and paper and I literally wrote down 5 things that I wanted to do, which really interested me. And number one, that was brewery. But I was like, brewery is again very capital intensive. And it's again an on-ground business, which is dependent on any kind of situations like this. So then the second thought, which I was always, passionate about, being well-groomed, taking care of my physical appearance, making sure I was physically fit, going for a workout in the morning or a jog in the evening, those basic things of wearing the right clothes, making sure I was well, presented and well perceived by people. So that was also one of the reasons for my early success in the career as well. I made it to a vice president at the age of 32. That was all because I put myself out there and people realized that this guy means business, right? So it's really important. People don't realize that your appearances and your first impressions can actually make or break it for you. So I said, okay, I can help people in this journey. And how can I do it? I mean, let me just put my thoughts together of what I've learned over these years, start a YouTube channel to start with. Very vague decision. How am I going to put myself out in front of the world and everybody's going to judge me? From the first video onwards, when I put out, I was so living in fear that what is the world going to judge me with, right? And then I realized that nobody cares. Everybody is busy in their own lives. Nobody cares. You are the only one who feels there's a spotlight on your head and everybody's watching you. While that's not the case, nobody cares. Everybody has their own set of pains and sorrows and joys to enjoy. I mean, so that was the first thing that I thought. And this was a prelude. The YouTube channel was a well thought through prelude to starting a personal care brand, right? So there were three things that I realized during this journey. One was the clutter that I used to wake up to every morning. Between me and my wife, we had almost 200 products in the washroom. And every morning I got up, I saw that there was a whole clutter and I barely used 3 or 4 products from them.
Yes.
It was not going to work, right? First thing in the morning, I see that it starts with confusion, a haze in your mind. So I was like, this is something that I cannot live with. I want products that are simple, to the point, and have more benefits in one product. So life is easier. One product to use, but multiple things are sorted. That was one. The other day, me and wife, of course, we had time to lockdown. Maybe put on a face mask. Both of us, she's like, let's try this. I was like, okay, let's try it. Then it was on for the time. We had 15 minutes. So then I checked the ingredients of that thing. It was 75% chemicals. I was like, have you ever seen it? She said, no, I didn't care. The brand was good enough. So I bought it. I was like, okay, great. Then I checked a few other products in my cabinet because that was the first time I was actually looking into the ingredients and not the brand. So I saw that most of them, I think 85-90% of them had chemical ingredients in them. Right? That was the second biggest problem. And third thing, that same day, I literally squeezed out the last bit of my face wash and it was over. So I threw it in the bin. And I was like, okay, if I'm throwing it in the bin after every use, so does everybody. Look at the population of India. It's around 1.3 billion people. Planet is 8 billion people. Every time you use a plastic packaging, it is thrown into the bin and nobody cares about recycling it. We all know that, right? That's a sheer truth. It does not get recycled. So imagine now everybody uses almost 8 bottles of face wash, 6 bottles of body washes, and then there are shampoos, and then there are conditioners, and then there are beard shampoos, and then the list is endless. So the amount of products that are used and the packaging that goes into the bin is mad. The beauty industry actually accounts to about 8% of the global plastic pollution that comes out of the world, right?
Yes.
So this was the huge problem that I thought. So I thought, like, beauty cannot be clean until and unless the packaging is also sorted out, right? So it is also a huge part of it. Just the product inside is great, but the packaging outside has to be sustainable as well for the planet, right? You can care about your skin, but not about the planet. That's unfair. So picking up these 3 facts, I finally, came up with the name Environmanly. Why? Because I wanted to care about personal care was important, but not at the cost of burdening the planet. So that's why environment and man, combined them together, Environmanly. And I thought this was a new word that I created, and I got a trademark very easily. So, which is one of the biggest fights won already at stage 1, that I got a trademark done. It's a difficult one. Otherwise, if you think of something and that trademark is not available, you're always, catching the tail. Then it's no point. And then got a website done. So, and then we went into R&D with a cosmetic scientist. We created a brief, and we said, okay, I want 25 products. I want them converted into 6. That was literally my brief for everything that I had, for my hair, for my beard, for my skin, for my intimate care routine. I said, I want to make men's life simple, and hence came Environmanly.
Wow, thank you. That was so very insightful journey into, your own personal, endeavors that you had over a period of years. Congratulations on the brand. Firstly, I feel like the whole combination of, you being so intuitive about, taking care of the environment along with the kind of products that we're putting on ourselves. And then, what is finally going to the end user. So I feel like the whole package sounds really, really nice. And I feel like we need more and more and more entrepreneurs to have this kind of a mindset wherein, not only are they doing something to kind of, create an industry where the products can be sold, but how are we becoming more conscious? How are we becoming more, mindful about the fact that these things at the end of the day are going to end up somewhere, and how can we reduce that kind of a burden, on our own planet? We've seen so much of climate change. Even now, as we speak, so many things are happening, right? So I feel like I strongly believe in the fact that boon boon se sagar banta hai. So fantastic initiative, Rahul. I feel like, kudos to you for that. And I feel like more and more people should be able to learn and understand this process from young entrepreneurs like you. Right?
Yeah, it's going to take some time, but I think we'll get there.
Yeah, we will. I'm sure about it. Yes.
Yeah.
The new young blood is just so, I would like to say, just like you and me, want to create an impact, are very passionate, but along with that
Yeah.
are very, very conscious as well, and they have this little soft, little, a very strong, long way to go, but a very strong spiritual side where, we want to be able to give back in some way or the other. And we just don't want to be a mere spectator in the way of life. So
100.
I feel like this is a great beginning, Rahul. I want to ask you one more thing. So of course, you realize that men also need to be able to take care of themselves. You mentioned that you were very into it, or you were always very conscious about taking care of yourself. Can you throw some light on the fact that why do men sometimes ignore their own wellness needs, and why is there a need for this to now change slowly?
Yeah. See, for all the good reasons, you women have always taken care of yourself. You make sure that you have a hair care routine. There's a skin care routine in place. Before leaving the house, you will definitely make sure you'll put an SPF on your face, and there'll be a nice moisturizer around in your bag all the day. So, you guys take care of yourself so well, and there's so much to learn also from our women counterparts in life. But we men, what happens is that it does not take a priority in life. Unfortunately, it takes a backseat. While our skin, our hair and beard, वो जब 40 के बाद वो गिरने शुरू होते हैं ना, बाल और beard में से बाल झड़ने शुरू होते हैं, there are small stress patches that you form, skin में already wrinkles आने लग जाते हैं. That's when people realize that I should have taken care of it before. While I come from the events background, our lives are such most of the times. Let's say if you're on a beach in Goa when we are setting up for the festival in Goa, we are all the day we are in the sun, right? We are walking around checking, making sure that sponsor stalls are nicely installed, all the people are happy in the festival, while we don't care about it. हम लोग सुबह होटल से उठते हैं and we go to the ground, and we barely get time to eat. Our diet is not proper. Of course, food, sleep is not proper. That is another big thing about caring for yourself. Then we would just put up with an SPF on the face and get out in the field. But that's not it, right? On a daily basis, you have to make sure basics have to be in place. Your routines, like for example, if you eat food at 9 a.m., then there is you have at least 4 liters of water in the day, 3 meals a day. There has to be a skincare routine, a hair and beard care routine, an intimate care routine in place on a daily basis. It has to be a part of your life. And that is one thing that I really want to tell people. It starts from mental fitness. First level is that you have to be mentally fit to even understand and grasp life to start with. Then physical fitness is what is the second precedence of personal care. Then third comes your skin, which is your largest organ of the body. We have to take care of that. Then fourth is your hair and beard. And then there is intimate care, oral care, and even tattoos. If you have to care for them also. So this is something that I want to tell people. I'm now making a series of 8 parts on my YouTube channel, which is going to start with mental wellness, physical wellness, then take care of all these other 6 care routines that I spoke about, just to guide people that it's really important to take care of yourself. Everything comes after.
Yes. State that fact. I feel like not just women, but I think men all over the place need to finally realize that this is very important for them also. I feel like, the way that you mentioned preventive, I'm into preventive healthcare. And I feel like with that, with what you just said right now, it's so much to do with preventive wellness as well for men, right?
Absolutely.
So thank you for sharing that. Rahul, you were in the events, structure earlier, and then now you're into creating a brand and, working day in and day out to kind of establish it, right? Can you tell us some of the major challenges that, maybe you've seen in the last couple of years, in your journey as an entrepreneur, and any message that you would like to give the other young entrepreneurs to be able to kind of, understand for themselves that, this is the right way to do things?
See, I think I come from a upper middle class family, and unfortunately nobody in my family had ever done a business before this, right? My father started it quite late. He took a voluntary retirement from his services. He was in the Prime Minister's office as a head of security, and then he quit that job. He took a voluntary retirement and he started his business, which flourished later on. And then we saw good days from the average days, right? So, but I did not have the capacity of taking risk because I was never taught to do that, right? My mentality from the beginning, what parents had taught me was you have to work your entire life to get a job. We study to get a job, right? College pura kar lo kyunki naukri dhoondni hai. Your life depends on that job. That is where I got the time to think during the lockdown that no, it's not my calling. I sincerely feel that there are 4 pillars in life that you have to sort out, right? First is a roof over your head. You have shelter. You don't have to think about it. Then is the food on the table. You don't have to worry about being hungry. Your family is well fed. You are well fed. So that is taken care of. Third is your financial pillar, right? Your basics are not going to go anywhere. You have food to eat in the house. There's a roof over your head. Your basic expenses are taken care of. Then, your emotional pillar. You have a family. I have a beautiful wife. I have my parents. I have a good set of friends. So my emotional pillar was also there. So these 4 pillars, I said, these are all sorted for you, Rahul. This is the time that you take the risk. You're 32 now. If I don't do it now, I don't know when, right? That's when I took the plunge. When I realized this, when I came to terms with realization that your parents are never going to be happy when you quit a job, but you have all your 4 pillars sorted. No matter what your parents say, you're not going to be looking for your next meal. You're not going to be looking for a house next day. It is always taken care of. So why not take the plunge? So this is my advice to people, that it is never too late. As long as your 4 pillars that I spoke about, they're sorted. Yeah. I think you must try something new in life. You must go all out. Don't think about it. There is no spotlight on your head that we keep thinking, what will the world think? The world does not care about you. As simple as that. You are the only one who thinks that everybody cares about you. So just go be yourself, do whatever you want, go put yourself on YouTube, share your thoughts, start a newsletter, start your brand. It is never too late. Even if you're 60, even if you're 65, you have a dream, just go and achieve it. Get behind it, get disciplined, you will get it.
Yes, fantastic. I absolutely agree. I feel like, at one stage when we've done the bare minimums and everything is like looking a little, the foundation basically, we've done a certain amount of time and effort in creating a strong foundation. And then from up there, I feel like rather than just becoming very complacent or becoming like, okay, every life chal raha hai, usse acha, why not dive into some of your passions, explore them, take a risk, and maybe, you never know what kind of an avenue opens up over there, right? So very rightly said, Rahul. Thank you so much. I feel like whoever's listening can definitely, follow the 4 pillars. And if they're waiting to take the plunge, they can finally maybe get some motivation from this and take the plunge then, right?
Yeah.
Rahul, we have a very fun little rapid fire round right now. Okay. I'm going to ask you a few questions. Okay. And I would like your response on it. All right.
Yeah.
We asked some of our listeners actually, and we have a community program where the listeners tune in every time, and they sent us these questions, and I was like, why not bring it up every single episode in the season 3? It'll be really nice to do this.
Sure, look forward to them.
Okay, so the first one is, if you were stuck on an island with only 2 body products, which ones would they be?
2 body products.
I mean, 2 health wellness products. Any of your choice.
One I think would be an SPF for sure.
Okay. Sunscreen.
Sunscreen, sunscreen होना चाहिए. दूसरा I think wellness के लिए maybe I'll have my protein powder with me to get some kind of proteins in my body. Because otherwise all I have is plants and vegetables to eat. So I'm a vegetarian. So yeah, do food and a little bit of shelter from the sun. So.
Fantastic. Those are really nice choices. Okay. Next, which type of product will you choose as a skincare must-have for men? For 2 categories. So now the first one is the Indian category of men, because they have a different kind of skin, right? So one must-have product for Indian skin type, and the second one for international skin type.
I think intimate care के लिए product बहुत जरूरी है. Men miss out this. This is for themselves also, for their partners also. You must care for your intimate hygiene. So an intimate care product is required, no matter what skin color, no matter what international Indian, wherever you are. And B, I think if you're growing a beard, then please get yourself a nice beard serum because it's really important. Otherwise, a lot of new beard enthusiasts, they give up on the journey the moment they start itchiness, flaking, because they don't realize it's due to the moisture being stripped off while the hair grows, right? So it's really important. I think it's an important accessory that men should have. And beard is equivalent to makeup for men. So, I think it's important that they have the right accessory and tool for it.
I like how you put it over there. Beard is equivalent for makeup for men. Fantastic.
Look, my face is mostly covered with the beard. So, I mean, this is my makeup, right? This is what I wear every day.
Rightly said. Yes. Okay. Fantastic, Rahul. Moving ahead. Which nutrient do you think is the most important for maintaining skin health as per you?
Nutrient. It could be, I'm not very deep into these nutrients and all of these things.
Anything which is at the top of your, it could be a food item also, it could be a nutrient, anything which is at the top of your head.
I think a balanced diet is very important, right? For me, your health, your skin health depends on two things. One, like just talking, I belong to an industry, but not talking about it now. But I think two things are very important. Nutrient number one is going to be sleep. That is what you need, 8 hours of sleep every day. Nutrient number two is lots of water. Keep yourself hydrated. At least I have about 7 to 8 liters of water in a day. But but I would advise at least 3 to 4 liters. That's something that we miss out on. And if I really had to count the third one also, your balanced diet is very important. I think these are the three things. 95% of your skincare problems will go away anyways.
Yes, rightly put. Fantastic. Yes. Okay. So the last question is that, what comes to your mind where anytime anybody says something about men's skincare, not pertaining to products, but what is the first thought that comes to you every single time that you hear the term or you see the whole, campaign about men's skincare?
I think it's become such a fad, when people, like, the campaigns have been such, axe lagao to ladki aa jati hai idhar se, beard oil lagao to you are in the bed with somebody. These are the kind of campaigns, unfortunately, some of the brands are running. So that's the kind of first image that comes to my mind. Put a face wash on your face and you'll become more rugged and macho. So that's the image that Indian brands have created, while we are completely, like, I hate it. I personally don't like it, and I appall such people who even make it about sexist behavior, which is unfortunate. But this is what sells in the country, and we are going against that stream. So it's an upward stream for us. But okay, we have our guns to stick to.
Yes, no, I absolutely agree. And I feel like, more and more people who believe in this, and, more and more entrepreneurs just like you who kind of, don't like it. First of all, do understand that it's very, very wrong to portray something like that in 2022 right now, with all the things that are happening around us. It's just like, where is your common sense? The more you kind of understand, and even the great job that you've done with your brand, you've stayed away from all these commercial things and you're focusing so much on what the real material is like. So thank you so much for elaborating on this also, Rahul. With that, we have ended our rapid fire round. Thank you so much for all your answers also. Lastly, before I go, Rahul, I want to tell you, I wish you a lot of luck for, the brand. I wish you a lot of luck for, your YouTube channel as well. You've just told me that, you are elaborating and expanding that very soon. And it's been lovely to have you here. I've got to know so many, we're very like-minded on a lot of things that you've mentioned. I resonate so much with that. So I feel like it's been really nice talking to you and understanding more and more about the kind of, passion you have about your brand. So lastly, but not the end over here. We'll hopefully collaborate very soon for something else also. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and I wish you a lot of prosperity.
Thanks a lot, Karishma. It was a pleasure indeed, and I wish you all the best with the season 3 of your series.
Yes.
And let's stay connected, and we'll connect in the future as well.